Before we do the bell ringer, let me go up here and show you. When you're in here, if you go back to week 3, right here where it says unit test 1, test review, that was what I was working on where I was writing in the Google Meet, I guess, on Thursday. And we had gotten down, except we did it all except the last 2 questions. So what you may want to do, we didn't do 11 or 12, and I'm going to do those in just a minute. So what you may want to do is, when we get off, look at the video that I posted so that you can get the answers for the other questions, and then you would submit it.
Mm-hmm.
So you see where that is?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Trying to think, where is go here? I want to get it so I can write on it. Give me just a minute. Let me get this called up first. And then we're going to do the bell ringer. And those are extra credit points. So if you could do those with me, and actually you can probably start on that. Let me go back while you're working on that. If I go back to modules and come down, beginning student views. Better, I'm in student view. It looks more like what you do. If you guys can close up, minimize each module. So today's bell ringer is real simple. The first one, to be counted present Monday through Thursday, what you must do. To be counted present on Friday, what must you do? Then number 3, you're going to tell me what you did for this class on Friday. And if you did nothing, give me a reason. No one's going to see it but me. So you don't have to worry about it being broadcasted anywhere. It is totally between me and you. So you can be honest in that one. And it is 3 extra credit points. For that. So you can work on that while I am calling up the study guide. Now I'm trying a couple different ways. Today I've got the camera in the back so you can see what's going on at the board. I don't know what your preference is. We'll try a couple different things here. Folder. I may have some of my answers up here still, I don't know. No, okay. Well, it kept some of them where I tried to erase and didn't get it good and erase. All right, we're going to go over 11 and 12 here, and then we're going to look at the Quizlet I put up for a review, and the only other thing I had was a test. And so once we go through this and I show you the Quizlet, you'll be free to sign off, Ricky, but you could stay on while you take the test in case you have a question or working on your stuff. You can do that since it's just you and I, and that will be fine. All right, what you have to be able to pick out independent and dependent variables. All right. Well, we didn't save it. Or not. Okay, so outline an example experiment you can set up to investigate the effect of drinking Starbucks on student scores. So you want to think about what is it that we're going to test, and we want to test drinking Starbucks. So that's going to be your independent variable. drinking. I'm not watching. All right, and then you want to look at what are you going to measure? How are you going to know if this worked? And you're going to see that it's student scores, and that's going to be your variable. So test scores. And then you would write a hypothesis, and that would be, hello, your computer up and right there. There you go. All right, we always start with if. And you can say a student drinks Starbucks and his or her test scores will increase or decrease. It doesn't matter what you put. So something like that. Control group, you would have to have a group of students that drink maybe water instead of so something that they have to drink something, but it's not Starbucks. Experimental group would be to drink Starbucks. Or anything between the two groups we need to keep the same. So we would want the students to be probably around the same age. You can say age or grade in school. Maybe drink their drink at the same time. The amount of drink. And with Starbucks, you probably want the type of Starbucks would need to be the same for that group. Because some have more caffeine than others. So you get the idea, things like that. So you're going to have to identify stuff like this on the test. All right, now, I can't remember if I put this on here, but graphing, and I can't remember if we talked about it, the percentage, anytime we do percentages, that tends to be a pie graph or chart. The change in mass of firewood before heating and after heating. Let's see. Conditioner use on here. All right, this one would be a line graph because I can get too quantitative. And this would be a bar graph because you could have one qualitative and one quantitative. So those are the answers for the last two. And if we look back at Canvas, so hopefully you've done the bell ringer. And to be counted present Monday through Thursday, what is it that you do, Ricky?
Bell ringer.
Well, bell ringer and what you're doing right now, right?
Yep.
The Google Meet is the most important, more so than the bell ringer. To be counted present on Friday, what must you do?
Anything.
You got to submit something. So it could be the bell ringer, it could be the actual assignments. You've got to show activity and that you've done something that was required. And then you don't have to share this bottom part because that'll just be between me and you when I read it. All right, so if you go back to modules, If you go back up to week 3, I put a link here for Quizlet unit review. And I tried to update this link. This should allow you to join my Quizlet class. And then you're to practice this Quizlet. The key here, when you get into Quizlet, mine is going to look a little different. Clicking that link, you see it. But on your end, you would need to log in. It's automatically signing me in. But if it didn't, or maybe not, you're going to click log in and make sure you get logged in. And then on your end, if you go to home, mine's going to look different because mine's a teacher account. You should have classes listed here. You should have a physical science class. What may happen when you go here is you may see a little red button that says join. You need to click that, and then you will see physical science over here. And you're going to scroll all the way down to Unit 1 review. And you're going to go through this, and you need to study at least 2 things. Flashcards and maybe match or something before you take your test. This is extra credit. I put it as an assignment. It's another way to get your extra credit. So I have a lot of ways that you can get extra points each week. And so Quizlets, that's one. Your bell ringers is the other. After you've reviewed in there, you're going to go here, back to week 4. And we're going to do this. And I will send out the email in just a bit. Oh, I didn't change the date on that. I'm going to change that date too.
Good Lord, 147 days.
Yeah. I copied it over from last semester and I didn't change. There's 2 ways in this quiz. You have to change the date. And so one of the ways I didn't change it. So I need to go ahead and change that. And I will email out the password. So
Okay.
if you want to stay on, you can work on any of this and ask questions or sign off. But remember, tests are really important. It's a large part of your grade. So if you don't do it today, you need to make sure you do it as soon as you can, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll email out the passcode in just a minute. I'm going to stop recording because there's no point to have anything else on.